We're here at the confluence of the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela Rivers, and welcome you to Acrisure Stadium on the North Shore of Pittsburgh, the home of the Steelers. The kicker, Tyler Bass, has us ready to start. And off we go from the Steel City. On the return, here comes Cordero Patterson. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for the Alabama product, Najee Harris. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll give it to Harris again. And nothing doing on that run. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. We have an early 3rd down coming up.
Clearly the plan on offense was to establish the run a little bit on this drive, Mike, but the defense is having none of it. 1st and 2nd down stop, no gain. Now it brings up a 3rd and long. We'll see if they try something else.
3rd and 9. Now it's Wilson. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a set.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads.
His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Taylor Rapp. And the Bills are in great shape here as they take over at their 46.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes.
He gets free, and he will go all the way. Khalil Shakir, touchdown Buffalo. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Patterson now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And it will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. This drive begins with a run by Harris. And not a whole lot going to come from that one. Going to about the 39. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Wilson. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
On second down, Russ. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm. Being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down. But in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield. And there does come some danger when you throw back across. But in this case, it's a big completion.
They'll come up here on second down and 5. Again, Wilson. That's caught by the tight end, Darnell Washington. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. We are through one. The Bills with the early advantage. And we're back to the Steel City after this. They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11th.
Like the old adage, you run to set up the pass. This modern offense nowadays, we're starting to see that flipped upside down on its head. Typically, the success of the passing game.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Najee Harris, touchdown Pittsburgh.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6. Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result? 2 points.
This fielded at about the 9. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss. But
since you want to lose so bad, I play you next, Jaden.
Continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
Up the sideline, past the 30. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. So
I can't take it easy on you, bro.
It is 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play here in what's been an even first half. We'll come back to the Steel City after this.
The only way you get a second game is if you beat me the first game.
On the ground once more, it's Davis. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play.
Let's go, live on YouTube, BookofEliGaming.
Offensive play caller. He's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
So now they'll throw it with Allen. That's caught left side by Cooper. They'll throw on first down with Allen. That's to Cooper again. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line. A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. In motion, Shakir. Here's Cook. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal. It's the quarterback with a sneak. And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Josh Allen. Touchdown, Bills. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. That's going to wind up
Live on YouTube, trying to get 10 likes on the stream. BookofEliGaming. Appreciate everybody for tuning in on this lovely Wednesday, man. Hump day is over. We're almost close to the weekend. Now we're going to get this guy right here to turn it over one more time before the half. Oh, yeah. Cordell will fumble. Come on, Cordell. Don't worry, he's going to throw the pick. I'm going to get a field goal range before the half. He's going to throw the pick. I'm going to get a field goal range before the half, and it's over with.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle.
Okay. Check him out now. Yeah, y'all see. Y'all see. He think he's doing something. Let's get it, man. Turn me up on a Wednesday, man. Just trying to get 10 likes on the screen, man. I'm not a big timer. Don't fuck up. That was a pick six. Pick six. Pick six. Pick six.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs.
GG's, bro. That's game.
Offense into some sort of rhythm.
So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills.
Amazing, nobody grabbed that ball just now.
We'll get you down to Orlando now. That's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports halftime report. Third quarter set.
Hey, make sure you go ahead and send that friend request, Jaden Woods, so you can go ahead and take this L, get you some practice in.
From the 14, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Allen going to give this to Davis. Good running there. Getting close to midfield. Let's mark them there. And a 1st down.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
On 1st down, it's Davis. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Allen to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And he's going to have the Bills first down. They convert in style. Huge play on 4th and long. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Allen going to give it to Cook. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. James Cook, touchdown Buffalo. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Patterson now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Out of the gun, here's Russ. That's over the middle and taken in by Freiermuth. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end.
That's pulled in. Najee Harris. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. He was looking for George Pickens there, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. To throw again is Wilson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Wilson will throw again. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Going for it all. Oh, he gets a good read defensively and intercepts it. Picked off by the safety.
It's in the chat, bro. My Madden gamer tag, bro. Book of Eli _gaming, bro. I done started another one, bro. Just send it, bro, and I'll send it to you when I'm in the lobby.
From the home of the Bills since way back in 1973, there's a look at Highmark Stadium just outside of Buffalo, New York. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Oh, there's a big hit right away as he's knocked down hard on the opening kickoff. Into the air right away is Allen. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. And this one is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's Allen. That one out wide and intercepted. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And it looks like the defense has got it. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Now a 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Try to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Davis running left. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's got his target. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 39-yard line. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it with an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 1st and goal at the 1. Cook is in. Touchdown Bills.
Sometimes, offense, if you get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
And that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. After the touchdown pass to kick it away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all Levin on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Gregory Rousseau works his way in for the stop and the loss. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming. On play action, it's Mahomes. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 32-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
2nd and 5. Here's Pacheco once again. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, it's Pacheco. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard, maybe a touch less. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Pacheco going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line.
No matter how much time you're going to waste, I'm going to score.
A handoff now for Pacheco. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. Here's Pacheco. And that one going nowhere from the start. As he's
You better hope you can fucking score, dude. My crowd's going to put that pressure on you.
Loss and leads to 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Xavier Worthy, as time expires in the first half. And the Chiefs are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. So they say no to the field goal try late in the half, and it winds up really paying off as they score on the final play.
Yeah, a little bit of a gamble, but they had some foresight as well because they knew they were going to get the ball to start the third quarter. So they thought to themselves, if we score here, we can double up on back-to-back drives when we start the second half.
They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone. So a perfect finish to the half. They get the touchdown on the final play and 2 more for good measure. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. All even through one half of football as we get back underway in quarter number 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Again, it's Pacheco. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second down and 2. On the handoff, it's Pacheco. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 86 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he'll get it inside the 35.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Second down and 8. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one. Hence the decline.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They'll run here with Pacheco. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Isaiah Pacheco taking it in from a yard out. And the Chiefs have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. Mahomes will throw for it. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Oh, you think it's a pretty good game? Let me turn this shit up,
The
man.
line to start their next drive. Now Allen. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack. Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Here's Allen to throw it. That is caught. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken.
Let me turn it up for you, Macabre. Make sure you smash that like button, Macabre.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. To throw, it's Allen. That is caught. Kincaid with it. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Allen to throw once more. Gets this one to Morris. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down. Allen now looks to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Allen. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. George Karlaftis able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
One final try here for Allen. Touchdown! Keon Coleman, 26 yards. And the Bills have a chance to take.
I don't know what kind of defense that was, but I'll take it.
Here in the 4th. Allen will try to throw for it. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. This one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down.
It's crunch time right here, chat. Turn me up, chat. It's crunch time right here, chat. Turn me up.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing now is Mahomes. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And he's got this almost to the 40.
He really scared, y'all, boys. He's scared.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
Now a run with Pacheco. 95 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Here's second down. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's got a first down. As
why you playing like a little girl, bro?
43. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it first.
Fourth down conversion and a touchdown. Same play.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. First and 10 here. Here's Pacheco. Oh, good footwork on the spin. Down inside the 40.
I be trying to hurt them boys. I be trying to hurt them.
Still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Second and 6 coming up.
This shit gonna bite him in the ass, y'all. Watch this shit.
Running left to give to Pacheco.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now. For the
Watch this shit, chat. Watch this.
He's getting stronger.
Live on YouTube. Live on YouTube. Book of EliGaming.
Letting him have it.
Live on YouTube. Book of EliGaming. Go tune in and make it 7. Go tune in and make it 7.
First down. Shut the fuck up. Get off the game.
Bruh.
What are you watching?
All right. All right. Your voice cracking. You about to cry? You about to cry, bro? Don't cry, bro. It's just a game, bro. Thanks, bro. Hey, thank you. You're a real one. You're a real one.
You're bad at this.
You're a real one. You're a real one, bro. You're a real one. You're a real one. You a fucking real one, boy. Welcome to the jungle. We got what it takes.
With 2 ticks left. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talking,
now you will see why I use the Buffalo Bills. You will see why I use the Buffalo Bills.
And he's gonna miss this one wide to the left from distance. It's no good.
I told y'all, chat, that shit gonna bite him in the ass. You wanna run the clock? You better try to scold, nigga. This shit, big dog over here. Yo, big dog.
Trash ass.
Big dog. Big dog.
So the Bills going to be the first to get it as we are back underway here in overtime.
Appreciate that.
And
no.
A chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their
He thought he had me, chat.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
Block, nigga.
As a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job.
You saw him miss that shit, Maccabee.
Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he'll get this one way on just shy of the 35-yard line. 27 yards there, first down.
You're a real one, Maccabee. And Book of EliGaming on YouTube.
A first down carry for Davis.
Fuck that weak ass shit, bro.
He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Chris Jones that time coming in with a tackle behind the line.
That was well played there defensively.
Come on, man. Hurry up and pick the play, bro. Taking all day, bro. Damn.
That they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Throw left side to Kincaid. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 38-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many
Make sure you go subscribe, Book of Eli Gaming on YouTube, man.
speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. This taken in by Kincaid. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 26. From the gun, it's a give to Cook.
That's it in the view right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
And he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 16. And we're going to get whistles and a timeout.
Good shit, bro. GG's, man.
3 seconds left in the extra session. Now a timeout called for.
This my field, bro. Come on, dog.
So we'll take a break with them.
This my field, dog.
So the field goal unit is on the field.
My field, dog.
The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills
GG's, bro. Live on YouTube, Book of Eli Gaming. What the fuck? What the fuck, cuz? No way. What the fuck is this?
So only a field goal on that opening drive of overtime. Will that hold up? We'll find out as the kick's away.
Bump right here off the rip.
And this return gonna come to a quick
We need that pressure on this dude.
melted at the end of that one. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime or obviously, Charles, a touchdown to win it.
Yeah, and I'm taking the defense's perspective on this.
Come on now.
Because now they're
Going the wrong way, bro.
They can afford to give that up because you just keep playing, right? The overtime gets extended. But if you give up the touchdown, it's game over. So on offense, every play you make, you've got to try and get just a little bit more out of each one in order to try and get to the end zone.
Come on, dog. I'm supposed to drop that shit, bro.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
Yeah, that is crazy, bro. I ain't know the rules was like that. I wouldn't even ran the clock out if I knew that shit was going to be like that. That shit was crazy, bro. I scored a freaking field goal with the time expiring, but that shit didn't give me no fucking point. I mean, I ain't win the game. It gave me the 3 points. I ain't win. I ain't freaking win, dude.
Second down. So a little chunk there on first as they try to chip away down 3 in overtime.
I like your description. Chip away, down 3. You don't have to get it all in one big play, although obviously that would be nice. But there's no need to have that type of risk associated with it. Run your offense, get first downs, get yourself.
Tell that dude to sit down, bro.
Know you're gonna at least get 3 and keep.
Hey, make sure you guys smash that like button on the stream, man. Trying to get 50 likes on the stream, bro.
Blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times.
Let's go.
What you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
First down marker at the 31. It's third down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. It's complete to Hopkins. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 16. They wanted to avoid the dreaded 4th down or having to get a conversion or it being the final play. They picked it up, though, on 3rd.
I love how you described that because we've been in those situations and seen it. If you get to 4th down, especially in overtime, things get a little shakier, don't they? The hands get shaky, right? The throw, if you're going to throw the ball, being able to run it, all of that coming down to one big play. Very nice of them, and nice for them to pick it up on third.
This is Pacheco. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And they try with Pacheco.
Good shit.
And he is in for the score.
That shit was weak as fuck. I gotta go do some research on the rules.
And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is.
I don't know what's going on, bro. I scored a field goal at the end of the first overtime, and then with no time left on the clock, and they just gave him the ball with a whole quarter. I didn't know I would have had. I would have tried to score a touchdown if I knew. You feel me? That I had to score a touchdown. I don't see it, bro. Book would be like underscore gaming. I ain't gonna lie, that kind of disappointed me. Dude. I ain't gonna lie, that shit really blew me. I gotta go in and get me something to eat before it start raining after this one.
Oh, they indeed love their football here in upstate New York as you get a look inside Rocket Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. And we are underway in Buffalo. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll have this all the way out to the 50-yard line. Excellent field position.
A big return to start the game, so now the defense almost has to treat this like a sudden change of possession. They've got to go out on the field and be aware that that offense, they may come at them in a big way.
Into the air right away is Allen. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Bucs are going to get it back here just past the 35. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Allen. This to the tight end, Kincaid. And he works it past the 30, almost.
38 bounce spam in the chat. What's up, my dog?
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. Allen going to throw. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And the Buccaneers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mayfield looks to throw. And this is caught by Evans. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
3rd and long always tilts to the defense. And I just remember as a player how many times it was hammered into my head. Know where the sticks are and get him down in front of it. But sometimes what happens is you worry about where that is much more than the person who has the ball. And on that play, they didn't have enough focus on him. And somehow he turned a short pass into a first down.
Mayfield with it once more. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Mayfield on play action. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Rasul Douglas picks it. The 20. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. And what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I want to say that because no one wants to hear that. Perhaps in early case of anything you can do, I can get better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor there. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
If I'm making excuses, and I am, sometimes the sun can be difficult on a ball like that. That looked like it was going to be right there, but it's in and out of his hands. And a potential big play goes by the wayside.
Mayfield to throw it. He's got a man, complete. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 68 yards.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
Throwing, Mayfield. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Mayfield keeps it himself, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield keeping it himself on the quarterback sneak. And the Bucs are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
In a tie game, both sides are looking for something to give them an advantage. It often falls back on special teams. And that return, that could be the spark to untie the game.
Taken down at the 42.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Again, it's Cook. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. They do go for it. Here's Allen. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Mayfield now. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. These two teams all tied after one. Mayfield. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Here's a 2nd and 8. They go play action. Mayfield. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs have taken the lead. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Here's Allen.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dalton Kincaid, 56 yards. And the Bills are an extra point away from drawing level. They'll try and throw for it, and this will be caught. As they convert here for 2. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And bulldozing his way through. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Here's Mayfield. And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. Pick made by Terrell Bernard. And the Bills are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, I want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now Allen. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Khalil Shakir, 68 yards. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And he's got it. So they try for 2, successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
Let's get it, chat. Trying to at least get 10 likes on the stream, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button, man. Turn me up on a good Wednesday, man.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
To throw, Mayfield. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that's caught inside the 30.
Man, that shit was so bogus.
The first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Now Mayfield. This one taken in by Otten. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Chris Godwin. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bucs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. McLaughlin for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this is caught at the 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Well, talk about a great call on special teams, a gutsy call. They fake the extra point. They'll wind up getting 2 for the price of 1. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw it through contact and short of the sticks.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Allen from the gun on third down. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Back-to-back big plays right there, and the Bills have another first down. Now Allen. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Allen to throw it. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs are going to take possession here at their own 33. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Looking downfield for Godwin. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Bills are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. A final shot before half for Allen. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
From the gun, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Had no command that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Play fake. Mayfield. Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And the Bills are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Again, it's Davis. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Left side, Cook. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 60 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Davis running right. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has.
Now 2nd and 9.
Cook up the gut. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. And he will get into the end zone. It's 2 points and also a 2-score advantage as the lead swells to 9. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. From the 41, here's a 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Flushed out right. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And again, it's Mayfield. And my goodness, another interception. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Bills are going to get the football here at their own 23. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions. He is through.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made by Zion McCollum. Here's 2nd and 10. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble. And now the Bucs decided to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Hey, good stuff. GG's, bro. Just because you lose, man, I mean, you ain't got to come around, bro. More than welcome any day.
At the 49-yard line. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. 3rd down, here's a run by Cook. And he will have a Bills first down, and that should be that. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They run it again with Cook. And he'll manage to pick up about 4.
I was going to pass it, FYI. You ain't had to quit. I was going to scope. I was going to run it up on you for sure. Let's get it, man. I'm rolling up. About to go give me something to eat. Hope everybody had a good Wednesday, man. What did she say? Gotta have someone to show me love. Ooh, love like this before. Love like this before. Gotta have someone to show me love. Come on, man. regardless of the fact if I was trying to run out the clock or not. You know I'm not about to lose on my channel, especially not nobody who come in my chat. You feel me? I ain't doing that. I ain't taking no L's to no locals. We ain't taking no L's to no local jokers. Mm, mm-mm. Who want to lose next, man? No, we ain't got the people watching for nothing. They want to see somebody lose.
Welcome to the historic Inner Harbor of Baltimore, Maryland. Just a stone's throw away, you find M&T Bank Stadium, the home of the Raiders. The perennial Pro Bowler, Justin Tucker, has it on the tee. And off we go, here in Baltimore. This one skips the landing zone, goes all the way over the back line, so the ball will come out to the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Allen gonna throw to get things going. A throw left side, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Dalton Kincaid there, and that will lead to a second down.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On play action, Allen. He's looking deep for Shakir. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 70 yards. Touchdown, Buffalo. Allen leading the Bills to the line for this two-point try. Now they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Aggressive play here, score on that opening drive, but they don't get the two, and it remains 6-0. So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. He fields it at the 8. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. First carry for King Henry. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing Jackson. The coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play. And good job by the defenders tracking him down and took him down for a loss.
14 on the pickup. First down, Baltimore.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Jackson now to throw on first down. He'll get it into the hands of Zay Flowers. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often. So that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last. Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
On second down, here's a run with Henry. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
On first down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. And he's trying to turn the corner, but will not do it. Brought down behind the line.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
So after one, the Bills with the early advantage. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. Second and 11. They'll try to throw here with Jackson. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
Third and long for Jackson. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Bills have got it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
On first down, it's Allen. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. Set to go now on first and 10. On the ground, this is James Cook. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. In motion, Shakir. They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
Next to some of the northernmost waters of the beautiful Chesapeake Bay, we're at M&T Bank Stadium near Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Here's Tyler Bass to get this one started, and we're underway from the bank. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's first and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
First down, and they go right back to him. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Lamar now from the gun. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Man in motion here. Lamar off the play fake. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Short side option here. He's run. He loses the football. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. Well, that right there is exactly how you kill some momentum. An early setback, no doubt, but the first time out, fumbling it away in enemy territory, that's tough.
And such a bummer, right? Because the journey was going well. You script for success. You get that ball moving, and then you're right. You just lose all sorts of momentum. Got to recapture it the next time out.
His first throw is an interception. Picked up by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens take over after returning it inside the red zone. What a call for their first pass of the game. It would have been a big hitter if they completed it, Brock, but just not the right touch on that football, and it ends with an interception.
You could just tell these cover guys, they've been waiting for their first chance to go get some work done in this one. They did their homework, number 1. And number 2, Kate, as Russell Wilson loves to say, the separation was in the preparation.
And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play.
And in for the Baltimore touchdown. Justin Tucker to try the point after. Drifted near that upright, but he gets it to go. And the Ravens will jump back to a 7-0 lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Ty Johnson now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Throwing now on 1st down. Allen. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Pressure coming. It's Allen. This will be caught by Cooper. And he works this to the 38 before going down. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. Neither side. We're back for the second quarter. Bills in possession of the football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. To the air again, Allen. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Again, Allen to the air. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he takes it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Dalton Kincaid with the touchdown. To throw again, it's Allen. Escapes the pocket. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Roquan Smith with the pick. Things trim back down to a single-point Brock as they send this off and away. He'll take this at the 10. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. That play cleaned up by Matt Milano. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Completed over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Out of the gun, Henry. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. Working inside the red zone. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. 14 yards on a... They'll run here with Henry. And he could only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to hold him down near the line.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
2nd and goal, it's an option to the left. And he crashes into a wall and only gets back to the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stands at the goal line, and now it's 3rd and goal. Play action now with Jackson. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens grow their lead just before halftime. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
one splits the uprights. And the Ravens grow their lead to 8. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun, it's Allen. He finds Kincaid on in the slant. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
He finds Kincaid. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills earn the chance to tie before halftime. Dalton Kincaid with a touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you think on the other side defensively they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Bass now to kick this away. Starting from the 5. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. 1st down, here's Lamar. He beams one deep right side. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Jackson trying to get on 2nd down. Aguilar with the grab. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And they'll try to build on that big stop. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Second and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, Jackson. Connects on the crosser. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that 1st half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the 2nd half has in store for us. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. First tone of the game for James Cook. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively. On
the ground, first run for Ray Davis. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Again, it's Cook. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Finds Kincaid. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Give left side, here's Davis. And he'll get this forward, and he's stopped at the 37. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. He keeps it himself. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the 1st. After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to fully... They're set up at the 35 now. Cook trying this one up the gut. He finds space into the red zone. And he's going to get it down to the 18-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Bills 1st down. Fullback dive up the gut. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
So many offenses will script, Kate, the first 15 plays of a game, but it's often getting to the lesser used stuff like that that's critical in the red zone. They get a decent gain out of it and continue to push for the goal line.
He has it on the QB sneak. And that'll be enough for the 1st as they touch him down.
Certainly drop these quarterback keepers anticipating a whole lot more yardage, but I think it could be overlooked there since they did pick up the 1st down. If anything, they can see what kept it to a small gain over there on the sidelines, and they'll come back to it on the next set of downs.
That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Bills in range for a game-winning score. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry-up. Putting a receiver in motion. Another one for Cook. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills jump in front late. It's a James Cook touchdown. So here comes a big play. Bills going for 2. Here he is to throw. He's on the move. And he has it inside the end zone. That's going to add 2 to their lead here late. All right, Brock, they win empty. We all expected a pass was coming, and they do indeed go to the air and connect on that strike for 2.
Yeah, once you empty that backfield, it does certainly, Kate, alert that defense to pass. And then it comes down to disguise. It comes down to timing, especially on a 2-point with everything condensed. Well done by that offense to go get 2.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Try and push it deep downfield. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Taylor rapping to pick that one off. And the Bills make the play that should win them this game. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
And he's got a nice run. That reaches the 26. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Slot man motioned over. Now the shotgun give to Cook. And he gets this forward to the 19. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second. And they'll have just one left to burn now. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. On the handoff, here's Davis. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. Lining up to take a knee on second down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee and let this clock run out.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock. But the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Bills fight their way to a win on the road.
We're a couple of miles from the Colorado State Capitol building. It's in Power Field at Mile High here in Denver. Here's the veteran Will Lutz to get us going. And off we go from Denver. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. First and 10. Allen gonna throw to get things going. He gets this to the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook. And that'll be a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7. From the gun, Josh Allen. Left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete. Keon Coleman.
You got him looking left. You got him looking left.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Allen. Incomplete. They couldn't get the connection.
Bro, did you see that shit, cuz? Nigga, man, that shit was bogus, bro. That shit was bogus, bro. You saw that job, bro.
Just love to come out early in the game and establish a very aggressive
Turn it over for me real quick.
But I'm just not sure, Mike, if at this point in the game they needed to make this decision. I'm going to be very curious to see, does this come back later in the game to bite them?
Turn it over for me right quick, dog.
He'll only get a couple. Matt Milano there to stop him. 2nd down and 8. From the shotgun, here's Nix. He's got his receiver. It's Cortland Sutton. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. A gain there of 20. 1st down, Broncos. They run over center with Williams. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He's got his big tight end, Adam Troutman. Touchdown, Broncos. Will Lutz now for the PAT. And he misses the extra point. No good, and this will remain a 6-0 game. So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Allen going to give this to Davis. And that's not going to yield a whole lot. Up to about the 28-yard line. They go play action now. Here's Allen. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
The whole idea of the play action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll throw on 1st down with Allen. That is caught. And he will get into the end zone. Khalil Shakir. Touchdown, Bills. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back, to kick it off. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. Now, on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. And when we talk about momentum and trying to stop negative momentum, it's moments like this. Not only did you just give up the big score, but now, Greg, they've got to get that defense back on the field after the fumble.
Yeah, and on one sideline, you're riding high. I mean, the last two plays could not have gone any better. And then on the other sideline, they couldn't have gone any worse.
Now we get whistles. Time has run out. The first quarter has come to an end. Second and a yard. Allen going to give it to Cook. And the Bills are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Here's Cook. Inside the 5, it is second and goal. They'll run it with Davis. And he will power his way into the end zone. Ray Davis. Touchdown, Buffalo. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. On the return, here's Mims. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's first and 10. Throwing is Nix. That is brought in downfield by Sutton. And he's going to take this one all the way. 73 yards. Touchdown, Denver. They find the end zone through the air. Greg, that is one of the most popular plays because it works so often.
You're right, Mike. We see it all the time. It's a 4 vertical concept. But the key is you've got to stretch the defense and put pressure on the secondary. That's exactly what they were able to do here. They take advantage, and they go deep for 6.
Now Nick's going to look to throw. That's pulled in. And they're able to tack on the 2-point conversion. So now after the touchdown, Luck's going to send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. He's got a man downfield. It's Shakir. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down. give to Davis. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. Out of the gun, here's Allen. That's over the middle to his tight end, Kincaid. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
On the handoff, it's Davis. He'll push forward here down to about the 27. Alex Singleton there on the tackle. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this second quarter. From the gun, it's Allen. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. Now it's Allen. And that is incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Allen. And he's going to be hit and taken down. They got him with a big-time rush. And it will lead to a turnover on downs. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. To throw is Nix. That's going to be caught. It's Marvin Mims. First time they've looked his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
On first down, here's Nix to throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Now a timeout signal for him, and they'll get it with 10 seconds until the break.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Now, a second down throw for Nix. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. On now, it's Will Lutz to try the field goal. Officially, a 29-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Broncos get 3 here late in the first half to take the lead. of this first half, kicking with the lead now, as this one is in the air. This will be returned from the 6. Now an opening past the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds. Triple zeros up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. This is still anyone's ball game at this point. The difference is just 2 as we begin quarter number 3. On the return, here's Mims. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. It's another run here for Williams. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
On 1st down, right back to Williams. Trying to shove his way forward, but brought down after a gain of a yard. On 2nd down, it's Nix. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. This one intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Taylor Rapp. And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
Only need a yard, and it's 4th down. They'll try to sneak it here, and he's going to have the Bills' 1st down. They managed to convert. That'll keep the drive alive. A carry for Cook. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. A run with Cook. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
This is Davis. Trying to bounce that outside. It went a long way for a gain of nothing.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline. Nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
He's got his man. That's Kincaid. That's a gain of 16 yards, and it sets up 1st and goal. A run with Cook. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line, and that'll set up 2nd and goal.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
And the defense stiffening here. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. 3rd and goal coming up.
Give credit to this defense, Mike. Their back's against the wall, and they're standing tall so far. Nothing on those first 2 runs. We'll see what the offense has in store now as they bring up 3rd down.
He is in. Josh Allen. Touchdown, Bills. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs could be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
On the return, here's Mims. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. They'll come up for 1st and 10. On the ground, Williams. And he had to push through one tackler, but is backed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain here. They'll drop to throw. He'll find his target, Lil Jordan Humphrey.
Mike, you need your big-time players to make big-time plays, and the moment doesn't get bigger than this. Find yourself down. A touchdown gives you a chance to win this thing in regulation, and I think they got a shot.
Needing to convert here on 3rd and inches. Back to throw is Nix. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and It puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
And he is going to have the Broncos first down as they find a way to keep the chains moving on 4th down.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Open, he's trapped in downfield. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down. Here comes 2nd down. They'll throw. It's Nix. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Throwing. Nix. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
They need 8 yards to keep it going. 4th and 8. Here we go. One final play. He will air this out, looking for Sutton. So a road win here for the Bills, and it was their defense that led the way as they pitched a shutout in the second half. No point.